Hey guys, Craigslist, eBay, Facebook Marketplace. We've all been there, scrolling through listings, looking for a good deal, maybe clearing out some old stuff from the garage. It's so normal that we forget who might be on the other side of that screen. Someone who seems normal, someone who offers more than asking price, someone who isn't who they say they are. The three people in these stories thought they were just buying and selling. They were wrong. Tonight, we're talking about true horror stories from the world of online marketplaces, where the best deal might cost you everything. Let's get into it. The free couch. I've always been a bargain hunter. Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, garage sales. I've done it all. You learn the rules, meet in public, bring cash, trust your gut. If something feels wrong, walk away. I broke every rule for a free couch. It was a Friday afternoon. I was scrolling through Craigslist, looking for a new desk, when I saw the listing. Free, leather couch, moving out of state, must pick up tonight. No photos, just a location and a phone number. The location was about 40 minutes outside the city, rural area, not the kind of place you go alone at night. But it was free, and I needed a couch. I texted the number. A woman replied, said the couch was in good condition, just needed to go. She gave me the address, said she'd leave the garage door open. I could just take it. I should have known something was wrong. I drove out there around 7 p.m. The address was a house set back from the road, surrounded by trees, no neighbors close, no lights on except a dim glow from inside the garage. I pulled into the driveway. The garage door was open, like she said. Inside, there was a couch. Leather. Dark brown. It looked fine. Not new, but not trash. I got out of my truck, walked toward the garage. That's when I noticed the car. A sedan, parked in the driveway. The engine was running. The windows were fogged up. I looked closer. There was someone inside, a woman, staring straight ahead, not moving. I waved. "Hey, I'm here for the couch." She didn't respond, didn't turn, just kept staring. I walked to the driver's side window, tapped on the glass. She turned, slowly. Her face was pale, eyes red, like she'd been crying. She rolled down the window a crack. Her voice was barely a whisper. "Take it, please, just take it." I said, "Are you okay? Do you need help?" She shook her head. "Just take the couch and leave, please." I backed away. Something was wrong. Every instinct was screaming at me to get in my truck and drive. But I looked at that couch, free, leather, in decent shape. I walked to the garage. The couch was positioned weird, facing the house, not the garage door, like someone had placed it there deliberately. I grabbed one end, started pulling. It was heavy, heavier than it should have been. I looked underneath. There was a box, taped to the bottom of the couch, wrapped in black plastic. I hesitated, told myself it was none of my business. It was a free couch. I should just take it and go. But I didn't. I reached under, pulled the box free. It was small, maybe the size of a shoebox. Heavy. I peeled back the tape, opened the plastic. Inside was a phone, an old one, cracked screen, and a stack of photographs. I looked at the first photo. My blood ran cold. It was a picture of the woman in the car, younger, smiling, standing next to a man I didn't recognize. His arm was around her. She looked happy. The next photo was different. The same woman, bruises on her face, crying. The next was worse. I dropped the box, stumbled back. My hands were shaking. I looked at the woman in the car. She was watching me, eyes wide, face pale. I said, "What is this? What's on this phone?" She didn't answer, just stared. Then I heard a sound from inside the house, a door opening. The woman in the car flinched, her hands gripped the steering wheel. She whispered, "He's coming." I didn't think. I grabbed the box, ran to my truck, and threw it in the passenger seat. Behind me, the front door of the house swung open. A man stepped out, tall, broad, standing in the doorway, silhouetted against the light inside. He didn't move, just stood there, watching. I got in my truck, started the engine, and drove. I didn't look back. I drove until I was back in the city, pulled into a gas station, sat there with the engine running, staring at the box on my passenger seat. I pulled out the phone. It was dead. I found a charger, plugged it in. It powered on after a few minutes. One voicemail. One text. I opened the voicemail first. A man's voice. Low. Calm. "I know you took it. Bring it back, or I'll find you." I hung up. My heart was pounding. I opened the text. It was a photo, a picture of me, standing in the garage, holding the box, taken from inside the house. I threw the phone down, sat there gasping, trying to breathe. I should have called the police. I should have driven straight to the station, but I was scared, stupid. I thought if I just gave the box back, it would be over. I called the number from the listing. The woman answered. I said, "I have your box. I'll bring it back. Just tell me where." She was silent for a long time. Then she said, "Don't. He wants you to come back. He's waiting." I asked what was on the phone, what was in the photos. She said, "Everything. Everything he did to me. Everything he made me do." I was trying to get it out. I hid it under the couch. He found out. He's been looking for it for weeks. I asked why she didn't call the police. She laughed. A hollow sound. I tried. He owns this town. The police come, they talk to him, they leave. I'm not the first, and I won't be the last. I asked what she meant. She said, "There were others, before me. He's been doing this for years." The couch was free. It was supposed to go to someone who would take it far away, someone who would find the box and, I don't know, do something. But he found out. He's been watching the listing, waiting for someone to bite. I was the one who bit. She said, "He has your license plate. He knows your face. He'll find you. He always finds them." I asked, "What do I do?" She said, "Go to the police. Not here, somewhere else. Take the phone, take the photos, tell them everything, and don't stop driving until you're out of this state." I drove 4 hours to the next state, found a police station, walked in with the box, told them everything. They took it seriously, called the local police where the house was. They went there that night. The house was empty. The woman was gone. The man was gone. The couch was still there, in the garage, exactly where I'd left it. They searched the house, found things. I don't know what. They wouldn't tell me, but they found enough. The man was arrested 3 days later in another state. The woman was found alive. She testified. He's in prison now. I got a letter from her a few months later, thanking me, saying she was safe, saying she was trying to rebuild. I still have the box, the phone, the photos. The police let me keep copies. Evidence, they said, but I never needed to testify. I still check Craigslist sometimes. Old habit. I see listings that seem too good to be true. Free furniture, moving sales, deals that make you ignore every warning. I never respond to them anymore because I know what can be hidden under a couch, what can be hidden in a box, what can be hidden in a house with no neighbors, no witnesses, no one to hear you scream. And I know that the best deals are the ones you better walk away from. The vintage mirror. I collect vintage mirrors. It's a weird hobby, I know, but I like the way they look. The old frames, the slightly warped glass, the feeling that they've seen things you'll never know about. I found this one on eBay, Victorian era, rose gold frame, massive, nearly 6 feet tall. The listing was sparse, a few photos, a short description. Antique mirror, estate sale, needs new home, local pickup only. The price was suspiciously low, $300 for something that should have cost 10 times that. I messaged the seller, a woman named Margaret. She replied quickly, said the mirror had been in her family for generations. She was moving into assisted living and couldn't take it with her. She just wanted it to go to someone who would appreciate it. I asked why the price was so low. She said, "Some things aren't about money. Some things are about letting go." I arranged to pick it up that weekend. The address was in a small town about 2 hours away, rural, the kind of place with more fields than people. I drove out on a Saturday afternoon. The house was old, Victorian, like the mirror. White paint peeling, shutters hanging loose, a porch that sagged in the middle. It looked like it hadn't been maintained in decades. Margaret met me at the door. She was older than I expected, maybe 80, frail, but her eyes were sharp, watchful. She said,
"You're here for the mirror?"
I nodded. "Yes, ma'am." She studied me for a long moment. Then she stepped aside, said,
"Come in, it's in the parlor."
The inside of the house was dark, heavy curtains over every window blocking out the afternoon sun. The air was cold, too cold for a house that should have been warm. The parlor was at the end of a long hallway. The mirror was against the far wall, covered with a white sheet. Margaret walked to it, pulled the sheet away. It was beautiful, more beautiful than the photos. The rose gold frame was ornate, carved with flowers and vines and faces I couldn't quite make out. But the glass was dark, not like old glass, not tarnished. Dark, like it was reflecting something that wasn't there. I stepped closer, looked at my reflection. Something was wrong. My reflection was moving. Not with me, just behind me, a fraction of a second behind, like it was trying to catch up. I blinked, shook my head, looked again. Normal. Just me. Just the mirror. I turned to Margaret. "It's gorgeous. I'll take it." She nodded, didn't smile.
"Be careful with it."
I laughed. "It's a mirror. How careful do I need to be?" She looked at me with those sharp, watchful eyes and said,
"It belonged to my grandmother. She said it came from a house in New Orleans, a house where bad things happened. She always said the mirror held onto things that didn't want to be forgotten."
I didn't know what to say, so I just nodded. She said,
"When my mother died, I found her standing in front of this mirror. She'd been there for hours, just staring. When I asked her what she was looking at, she said, 'They're waiting for me.'"
I felt a chill crawl up my spine. Margaret said,
"I'm giving it to you because I can't keep watching it, can't keep wondering what it's showing them, what it's showing me."
She turned away.
"Take it, please."
So, I loaded the mirror into my truck, drove home, told myself it was just an old woman's superstition. An old mirror with an old story, nothing more. I hung it in my living room, across from the couch, where I could see it every day. The first week was fine, normal. The mirror was beautiful. Guests commented on it. I felt proud of my find. Then I started noticing things. It started with my reflection. Just small things at first. A flicker, a shadow that moved when I didn't. I told myself it was the light. Old glass, tricks of the eye. Then I started seeing things in the mirror that weren't in the room. Shadows behind me. Shapes that weren't there when I turned around. Faces, just for a second. Just in the corner of my eye. I told myself it was stress. I was working too much. Not sleeping enough. Then one night, I woke up at 3 a.m. Something pulled me out of sleep. I don't know what. I walked to the living room. The mirror was there, dark, reflecting nothing. I stood in front of it, looked at my own face. My reflection blinked, but I didn't. I stood there, frozen, staring at my reflection. It stared back, normal, waiting. I stepped closer, put my hand on the glass. It was cold, colder than glass should be. And then I saw her. Behind my reflection, a woman, standing in the mirror. Dark hair, white dress, face I couldn't see, just standing there, watching. I pulled my hand back, stumbled away. When I looked again, she was gone. I didn't sleep the rest of that night. I covered the mirror with a sheet, put it in the guest room, closed the door. For a week, I didn't go in that room. I told myself I'd imagined it. I told myself old mirrors do strange things. I told myself to sell it, get rid of it. But I didn't, because every night I'd hear sounds from the guest room, soft sounds, like footsteps, like breathing. And every morning I'd find the sheet on the floor and the mirror uncovered. One night, I couldn't take it anymore. I went into the guest room, stood in front of the mirror. She was there again, closer this time. I could almost see her face. I said, "What do you want?" She didn't answer, but my reflection did. My reflection smiled. A smile I wasn't making. And then my reflection spoke, in a voice that wasn't mine, a voice that was old, tired, hungry. "Let me out." I gasped, grabbed the mirror, carried it out of my apartment, down the stairs, into the alley behind my building. I leaned it against the dumpster, walked away. I didn't look back. The next morning, the mirror was gone. Someone took it, or it moved on its own. I don't know. I don't want to know. I still think about it sometimes, about the woman in the glass, about my reflection smiling, about what it said. Let me out. I wonder if someone else has it now, someone who saw a beautiful mirror and nothing more. I wonder if they've started noticing things, shadows, faces, reflections that don't match. And I wonder if they've heard the voice yet. The buyer who knew my address. I've been selling stuff on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace for years. Old furniture, electronics, tools I don't use anymore. It's an easy way to make a few $100 and clear out clutter. I know the rules. Meet in public. Bring someone with you. Cash only. Trust your gut. Sadly, I forgot my own rules because I needed money. It was a Tuesday night. I'd posted the listing earlier that week. PS4, 2 controllers, a dozen games, asking $300, willing to negotiate. The messages came in fast. Most of them were the usual lowball offers. Will you take 50? Trade for a broken laptop? Is this still available? Then I got a message from a guy named Mark. I'll give you $350, cash, can pick up tonight. $350, over asking. That was my first red flag, but I was tired of negotiating. I just wanted it gone. I said yes, gave him my address, told him to text when he was close. My second red flag was how fast he responded, within seconds, like he'd been waiting. Be there in 20. I cleaned up the console, packed it in a box, and waited. 20 minutes passed. 30. I was about to text him when I heard a knock at my front door. I opened it. No one was there. I stepped onto the porch, looked around. The street was empty, no cars, no people, just the streetlights and the dark. I closed the door, locked it, walked back to the living room. My phone buzzed. He wrote, "I'm here, let me in." I texted back, "I don't see you, where are you?" "Let me in." I walked to the window, pulled the curtain aside. The street was still empty. My phone buzzed again. "I can see you." I dropped the curtain, stepped back. My heart was pounding. I typed, "Who is this?" No answer. I looked out the window again. Nothing, just the dark. Then I saw a figure standing across the street, in the shadows, just standing there, facing my house. I grabbed my keys, my wallet. I was going to leave, get out of there. My front door was locked. I unlocked it, pulled. It didn't open. I pulled harder. Nothing, like something was holding it closed from the other side. My phone buzzed. I said, "Let me in." I backed away from the door. My hands were shaking. I grabbed my phone, dialed 911. The line was dead. No dial tone, no ringing, nothing. I tried again, nothing. I looked out the window. The figure was closer now, standing at the edge of my driveway, still facing the house, still not moving. I ran to the back door, unlocked it, threw it open. Luckily, it opened. I ran out into my backyard, through the gate, into the alley behind my house. I didn't stop running until I was 3 blocks away. I called 911 again. This time, it worked. The police came. They searched my house, found nothing. No one inside. No signs of forced entry. No footprints outside. They checked the caller ID for the messages. The number was a burner, untraceable. They asked if I'd made any enemies lately, anyone who might want to scare me. I said no, I sell old stuff online. I don't get into fights. I don't make enemies. They told me to be careful. Change my locks. Get a security camera. Don't give out my address to strangers online. I did all of that. For a month, nothing happened. I started to relax, started to think it was just some weirdo playing games, someone who got off on scaring people. Then I got another message, different platform, different name, but the same pattern. Over asking price, fast response, wanting to pick up at night. This time, I said no. I told him to meet me at the police station parking lot. He said, "You don't want to meet me there. You want to meet me at home." I blocked him. He made another account, messaged me again. "I know. You blocked me. I'll keep making accounts until you answer." I blocked that one too. He made another. "I know your schedule. I know you leave for work at 7:15. I know you come home at 6. I know you sleep on the left side of the bed. I know you check under it before you go to sleep." I went cold. Those were things I'd never posted, things I'd never told anyone. I called the police again. They took another report, said they'd investigate. The messages kept coming, every day, multiple accounts. He knew things about me, my middle name, my mother's maiden name, the name of my first pet, security questions, things I'd used for passwords, things I'd never put online. He said, "I've been watching you for months. I know everything about you. I know where you keep your spare key. I know the code to your garage. I know which window doesn't lock." I moved, packed everything in 2 days, didn't tell anyone where I was going, got a new place, new number, knew everything. The messages stopped. That was 6 months ago. I still don't know who he was. I don't know how he got my information. I don't know what he wanted. But sometimes, late at night, I get a notification, a message on a platform I forgot to delete, a message from a name I don't recognize. "I found you." I delete it, block it, try to forget. But I know he's still out there, still watching, still waiting. And I know that one day, I'll get a message from someone offering too much money for something I'm selling. Someone who wants to pick up at night. Someone who knows my address before I give it. And I'll wonder if it's him, or if it's someone else. Someone who's been waiting for someone like me. Someone who doesn't follow the rules. Someone who gives out their address to strangers online. I don't sell things online anymore. I don't answer messages from numbers I don't know. I don't open my door after dark, because I learned the hard way. The person on the other side of that listing isn't always looking for a good deal. Sometimes, they're looking for you. 3 listings, 3 nightmares. 1 question, which one scared you the most? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more horror from the places you thought were safe, hit that follow button. Because the scariest stories aren't always in haunted houses. Sometimes they're right in your inbox. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.